everybody, welcome to my channel. It's going to be the first time for me to do a makeup tutorial, and as you can see it's just in time for the holiday season, so if you like the makeup I have on, please continue watching. Okay, so first I start with my liquid foundation, which is L'Oreal True Match in Golden Beige, and I buff it into my skin using, it's kind of like a blusher brush, but it's flat on top. I guess kind of like a kabuki brush too, and I do circles in one direction and then in the other. I feel like it creates more of a flawless finish on the skin when I use that technique. Okay, so next we go on to concealing. Now I'm using the L'Oreal True Match Illuminating Concealer, and the color is Natural Beige. So I put it a little bit on my forehead, on the bridge of my nose, my cupid's bow, underneath my eyes, and a little bit on my chin. So this is going to help to conceal and brighten those parts of my face. And do not use the illuminating concealer on parts that you want to hide, so just use a regular concealer for that. So for any scars, blemishes, spots, pimples, do not use the illuminating concealer on that, because it will actually highlight that on your face rather than hiding it, and of course we don't want that. So I'm just blending it in now with my brush so that it all goes evenly into my skin. Now I'm using a loose powder. It's translucent, just to set my makeup. You do not want a thick layer of powder over your face. Now I'm using Garnier Perfect Blur as an eyeshadow primer. I don't normally use it on my eyes, I use it on my face. But since I ran out of eyeshadow primer, I thought, hey, why not? So this is the Rihanna for MAC Holiday Collection Dare Pearl Fusion Shadow Palette, and I'm using the white color all over my eyes, but mostly concentrating in the corner of my eyes and on my brow bone to create a highlight. Okay, so now I'm using the next color down, which is like a peachy bronze shadow, and I start that at the middle of my eyelid and I pat it on. I'm using actually the Rihanna for MAC Holiday Collection brush, which is really nice because it's double-ended, so I use the flatter end to put the eyeshadow on, and then I turn it around and use the fluffier end to blend it into my crease. Oops, sorry you couldn't really see that. I'm using the fourth color down on the palette, which is like an olive green color. So I start it on the almost outside corner of my eyes, pat it down and blend it in. The number one thing about creating gorgeous eyeshadow is blend, blend, and blend some more. I'm using that same olive green color under my eyes, so I just run that along underneath my eyes, kind of connecting it to the outer bit of the shadow on top of my eyes. Okay, so this is the last eyeshadow I'm going to use, which is like a brownie grey, and I'm adding it to the outer corners once again, creating more depth for the eyes and a nice smoky, frosty looking eye. Next I'm using a white eyeliner. It's by Barry M, and I absolutely love white eyeliner, so I run it along my tear line and it helps to brighten and open up my eyes. Now I'm using Maybelline's gel eyeliner in black, and I'm using a brush that has a very thin tapered end. For me, that's the easiest application. You can use whatever eyeliner you like. I prefer gel. So once again, I'm using the darkest color on the Dare palette to line under my eyes. So I'm just using a very thin, flat brush to do that. Time for eyebrows, and I'm using the Rimmel London Professional Eyebrow Pencil. I'm pretty lucky, I've got quite full eyebrows, so I just run the pencil along where I feel like I need to fill in any gaps. But it's up to you how you like to do your eyebrows. Everybody's different, so whatever goes for you. Just make sure that, of course, both eyebrows are even. And what would a glam Christmas look be without false eyelashes? So for me, this is my preferred technique. I put the glue on the lashes, wave them about in my tweezers probably for about 30 seconds till the glue gets tacky, and then I just place them onto my eyelash, and I use the tweezer or my fingers to make sure that both ends are in place. Ta-da! So now I've got both of my eyelashes on, and as you can see there is a little bit of the white glue there, but that will dry clear. Okay, now it's time to contour, and I'm actually using an eyeshadow. It's by Kryolan and it's Matte TV Brown. Now when it comes to contouring, you want to use a matte color. You don't want to use a bronzer unless you want to highlight that area, because it is going to make it shiny. So we want to create like a depth and shadow, so I'm running it along my cheekbone, of course, so that it helps to slim the face and bring out your cheekbones, and then I'm running it along my jawline, making sure that everything is blended in nicely because we don't want any harsh lines. And then across my forehead, and down the other side of my cheek. Yeah, I kind of like to make that face. It helps me to know where my cheekbones are. And I like to bring it down also down across my neck so that the colour is even and natural looking. Now I'm going to use a fan brush and that same colour to contour my nose. So I just run that up and down the sides of my nose and a little bit at the bottom. Making sure once again that everything is blended in nicely. Okay, check that everything is even, of course, on both sides and everything is blended in nicely. I'm using my fan brush once again to just make sure that everything looks nice and blended and natural. Now I'm going to use the Love Rihanna bronzing powder, which is of course in the Rihanna Holiday Collection, and I put it on the apples of my cheeks and run it up my cheekbone. So it's a very light bronze. I decided to bronze and not use a blush. Now I'm using a highlighter and it is by Too Faced and it's called Absolutely Invisible Candlelight. It's really nice, it looks really natural, so I use my fan brush to put that on under my eyes, on my cheekbones. I blend that in, blend, 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 and then I also use it above my eyebrows, my brow bone, and also down the bridge of my nose. It's time for the Super Glam Red Holiday Lips, and I'm using a red lip liner. It's kind of like reddish pink. It's by Barry M and it's color number 2. So I just line my lips with that. Of course, when you're dealing with red lipstick, you want to make sure that you line your lips. It prevents the lipstick from bleeding into your skin. Time for Riri Woo. I really love this colour. It's such an amazing red. I know that a lot of ladies out there do have that. That's why it's sold out so fast in MAC. But if you don't happen to have Riri Woo, of course you can use any bright red lipstick that goes with your complexion. Did I actually just do the duck face? And of course, once you're done, just make sure that everything is clean using a cotton bud. After you're done using a cotton bud, use a flat brush. You can either take some concealer. I actually used a pressed powder to just run along the outside of my lips, just to make sure that the lines are clean and crisp. So that's it, my glam Christmas holiday look for all of you. I just put on a sparkly jumper. Of course you can wear your fabulous Christmas jumpers too to get in with the festive spirit. I hope you all have a very Merry Christmas with your families and you have fun trying out this makeup look.